Quick question. What do you get when you mix Creature from the Black Lagoon with Jaws? What? No, not that one. I'll get to that one later. I'm talking about Slithis, a movie that not only came out earlier, but is like if Don Dohler made humanoids from the deep instead of Roger Corman. Slithis is a 1978 monster movie that was a real labor of love for writer, director, and producer Steven Traxler. Not content to just put out a simple monster flick, Traxler also included some William Castle-style marketing gimmicks, such as handing out a Slithis survival kit to theater patrons, as well as asking them to join the Slithis fan club. I have no idea how many people actually joined, but apparently none other than Quentin Tarantino was a member. While the movie is technically called Spawn of the Slithis, on the poster and most other advertising it's just called Slithis, which is the title most people use. Now it's probably for the best. Spawn of the Slithis sounds like it should be the name of a sequel. Normally you wouldn't expect anybody who worked on a movie like this to go on to bigger and better things, but the script supervisor was Mimi Later, who went on to become a director of movies like The Peacemaker, Deep Impact, and Pay It Forward. This is almost as weird as finding out J.J. Abrams worked on Night Beast. I keep expecting to pop in one of these old monster flicks and find out that Christopher Nolan worked as a gaffer. Anyway, it's a monster flick, so how does this one grab our attention? The late 70s, when even two kids playing frisbee had to be on Quaaludes.
Here, come here, quick!
No, I said quick, not in slow-mo. Hurry up! They find some mutilated dog carcasses, although on the plus side, this does seem to have shocked the film into going the right speed. Also, why does this one kid seem so happy about this? Am I watching Jeffrey Dahmer the early years?
Jerry, where are you going? Come on, chicken, they won't hurt you, they're dead.
That kid is gonna come back at night and violate those things, isn't he? Apparently there's been a lot of dead animals turning up around Venice, California, and this guy's got some theories about what might be responsible.
The thing looked like it had been butchered. I honestly couldn't imagine anything human doing what I saw. It was more like a piranha attack.
No, that's another 1978 monster movie.
Wayne, do you realize that you've gotten an exam in your first period class today? Now, what's going to happen when you show up 10 minutes late?
Yeah, I guess it is about time I graduated. I am 35 after all. I'm just joking, he's actually a teacher. Hey, looks like it's time for our first monster attack. And either this thing has really bad cataracts, or this is a POV shot from its dick. Man, this couple is just asking to get killed. They left the door wide open. Dude, it's a screen door, just come in. Why do I get the feeling the monster's just drunk and thinks this is his house? What the hell? I don't remember putting all these crosses here. Time for drive-in Chris Christopherson here to find out what's going on. First though, he's got to put on his best I do coke but only on weekends shirt. Okay, guess he won't be doing that anymore. Wait a second, bead curtains? Now, this is some gross swingers couple's house, isn't it? Kill them both, monster. Is that supposed to be the monster eating them or fucking a grapefruit? Oh, wait, never mind, he was eating them. Okay, time to meet our protagonists. Our main character is Wayne Connors, a high school journalism teacher who lives with his wife or girlfriend or whatever named Jeff. Yes, her name really is Jeff. I don't know, maybe her parents were trying to do a reverse Boy Named Sue or something. Wayne's a little frustrated with his teaching job. Well, he could always quit and become a door-to-door Steve Guttenberg impersonator. Also, when two students come up and play him a news report about the couple getting murdered, he apparently finds this amusing.
Okay, Marty, I'll read the rest in tomorrow's paper.
Okay, Mr. Connors, I just thought it was kind of funny, you know.
Why does everyone in this movie think mutilation is funny? Because he's bored, Wayne decides to investigate the murders himself. Now, he might as well. The police apparently haven't cordoned this place off. So sure, just let yourself in and take a look. Looks like there's some clues here. I better tamper with them before the cops get back.
Okay, wise guy. Fred.
Well,
Nope, too late.
my name is Wayne Connors. I'm a journalism teacher at the high school. I got identification. Here's my school ID, my LAPD press card. My driver's license.
Yeah, I don't see a Slithis fan club card in there, pal. You want to explain yourself?
You know, Mr. Connors, these cards don't give you the right to break into a private residence.
Okay. You maybe want to put some caution tape around this place so this doesn't happen again? Get this, not only is Wayne not in trouble for tampering with a crime scene, but the cop even lets him take a sample of the mud he found to get analyzed by a scientist. And by scientist, I mean a chemistry teacher at the high school he works at who looks like he also sells weed to the students.
It is organic, there's no doubt about that, but it's also inorganic.
You have no idea what the hell it is, do you? Who is this guy, anyway?
Well, many thanks, Dr. John.
Dr. John, huh? Well, in my opinionation, you should get this stuff analyzed by somebody else. Or invite him over to play backgammon, that works too.
A nuclear reactor at the experimental test facility at Lake Sherwin, Wisconsin, was discovered to be leaking an infinitesimal amount of radioactive byproduct into the lake.
Okay, that explains why Wisconsin is known as the leukemia capital of America. What does this have to do with the murders?
Well, now stay with me. This is the background phase of a two-part story.
Well, I don't have a ton of time, so I'm just gonna summarize. So it turns out the radiation leak caused some of the nearby soil to come to life and start taking on the characteristics of whatever it consumed.
Scientists named this organic mud Slithis.
Title drop.
Why?
Because calling it spawn of Slithis was a little too long. Anyway, the sample Wayne found is similar to Slithis, and one of the scientists who worked at the plant in Wisconsin is now in California.
Wayne, you were handling that dirt.
It's Slithis. And you heard Dr. John say it wasn't dangerous.
I heard Dr. John say a lot of things.
I mean, what the hell does gree-gree even mean? Well, think it's about time we had some new victims for the monster. These two are so drunk they probably won't even notice. And for that guy, death will be a relief from that goofy-ass music that follows him around everywhere. Here's our first good look at Slithis. It kinda looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon if he hulked out a bit. And surprisingly enough, the homeless guy doesn't die here. Shit, the monster just murdered that dubbed-in scream. At this point, the residents of Venice Beach are starting to get a little scared.
Sure, we're scared. Damn scared. Why not?
Not scared enough to read their lines better, though. Meanwhile, Wayne is busy combing Venice for more crime scenes he can tamper with. He might want to be careful, though.
What are you doing?
Mainly because this place is full of fake-out scares. I think I just found the guy responsible for throwing all those cats in 80s slasher flicks. Alright, Wayne, time to put those investigative journalism skills to the test.
There was some trouble a few blocks down the canal.
Well, I didn't hear nothing, man. Not a sound.
I didn't edit that. For a second, this just turned into one of those Turkish movies I've done on this channel. And I wouldn't believe a word this guy says.
Oh, I wasn't alone. Another guy was over, okay? It's a dude named Bunky.
How old?
About my age, 24, 25.
Oh wow, what a coincidence. That's my age too. Wayne goes looking for Bunky, and he put on his best Carl Kolchak hat for the occasion. Or maybe he's just trying to score some weed, I don't know. Either way, one of these guys is bound to help him out.
I'm looking for a friend. Actually, a friend of a friend. Name is Bunky.
Hey, piss off, man. Can't you see we're celebrating? It's my 16th birthday and I just cracked open a bottle of Thunderbird. Eventually, Wayne does find Bunky, and looks like he got his life together. Look, he opened a disco. He also apparently did get hurt by the monster. Either that or he broke his wrist desperately trying to jerk off his flaccid wino dick.
You did see something. What was it?
Man, I don't know what the hell I saw. It looked like a big, slimy goddamn lizard or something that crawled out of a sewer.
It looked like a bad Ninja Turtles character. You know, one of the ones nobody had as a kid, like Muckman or something. Speaking of rejected Ninja Turtles characters, Wayne next goes to see the scientist trying to recreate Slithis, but instead he just succeeded in making himself look like somebody put Marlon Brando in a microwave too long.
Near the marina, there is a medium-sized nuclear energy facility. It is not inconceivable that this facility may have leaked some radioactive material.
You can really tell this guy's a man of culture because he has a Star Trek calendar.
We found that the Slithis would incorporate the characteristics of anything it absorbed.
Okay, so at some point he absorbed the catfish man from Zat? Wayne decides to collect some soil samples from the water near the local nuclear power plant, and to do so he hires a guy named Chris who owns a boat. Well, makes sense. It is the late 70s. Maybe they can trick some people into thinking this is a Jaws knockoff. The important thing is that they kill more screen time with these two doing busy work instead of showing the monster again.
Vi,
Well?
there was Slithis in the water samples from about 20 yards out.
Alright, now that he's got his samples, he's gonna give Jeff the best 2 minutes of her life.
Just wait till I suggest the idea to the police tomorrow morning.
Okay, I didn't add that iris out. For a second, this just turned into a Looney Tunes short. Well, now we know after he comes, Wayne says, "That's all, folks." Hey, you know what this movie could really use? That's right, people betting on turtle racing. What? I guess I shouldn't be surprised that the decade that brought us the Sonny Bono comedy review would also consider this to be entertainment. And it wouldn't be the 70s without some mustache guy picking up a girl half his age and taking her to his houseboat.
You know, I saw you get checked 3 times tonight, so I guess you're old enough to party, but you do look younger.
Oh, would it make a difference if I were?
Yeah, it'd make a difference of about 3 to 5 years in federal prison.
I'm only 18. I don't act like it, do I?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, you come across much older, at least 20.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were this guy's age.
So, how long have you lived on a boat?
Since about my second divorce. It's cool, though. Now I can blast Jimmy Buffett and Steely Dan whenever I want. Jesus, the scene is still going?
Yeah, right. You said you were visiting from,
Suska, North Dakota. Population 611. Back home, the only work is in the ball bearing factories. Suska's famous for its ball bearings.
Get to the goddamn houseboat! Ugh, I can't see it, but I just know this guy's got a leopard print banana hammock on under there. Probably spritzed his ballsack with high karate before he went out, too. At this point, it would actually be a blessing if the monster attacked this girl. It can't be any worse than the horrors awaiting her on that houseboat.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry.
See, there's even more sad middle-aged divorce guys in there.
Just leave it though, weren't you, Rex?
Yeah, guess I was.
Rex is a good guy, but he hangs around a lot.
Don't mind him. He greets everybody with a fake-out scare. Hey, babe, you like my place? I took some of my shirts and made it into a curtain. Oh, and this guy would have a headshot of himself on display. I'll bet he jerks off to it on nights when he can't pick up any teenagers.
Red wine from chilled glasses. And with a flick of the switch.
Oh.
Instant atmosphere.
Okay, are we just watching these two awkwardly hook up in real time now? I thought this was a monster movie. Somebody die already.
You're tense?
Cool.
Yeah, give me this. Turn around. Turn around.
Oh.
You're tense up here and here.
Slithis. Experience the terror as a young girl risks gonorrhea due to unresolved daddy issues. Okay, movie, I'd prefer not to see if this guy also shaved his pubes into a mustache. So anytime you want to have that monster show up, I'd really appreciate it. There, finally, thank you. Oh no, the monster killed that guy. He was my ride home. Well, look at it this way, sweetheart. This night was gonna end with a slime ball on top of you one way or another. And because the scene wasn't already too damn long, make sure you film this attack in slow-mo. Also, now seems like a good time to tell people that this movie is rated PG. No, seriously, this movie really is rated PG, but there's a story behind that. Originally, the film got slapped with an R rating, so Stephen Traxler cut some scenes out and resubmitted it. Then, after it got a PG, Traxler just put all the R-rated parts back in since the ratings board never followed up on it. Alright, as much as I've been poking fun at this movie, I gotta admit, pretty gangster move on Traxler's part. Good job, dude. I still haven't even gotten to the most ridiculous part of this movie yet. Wayne goes to tell the cops about Slithis, and the guy playing the police lieutenant gives one of the most mugging, over-the-top performances I've ever seen. Just watch.
Good evening, Lieutenant.
No, it is an insidious evening following a disastrous morning. I do not believe one word of your Slither story.
This is what happens when one of the actors finds the coke meant for the rap party during filming.
Pardon me, Slithis story.
Yeah, forget playing to the back row. You could see this guy's acting from space. You know, I expected a little more subtlety from the star of Hack-O-Lantern. By the way, this actor's name is High Pike, but he was also known as High Camp. Yeah, I can see that.
Unless Riesling feels that some further conversation would be of a productive nature, I believe we will close this subject. Riesling?
What is with this guy? Did he think this was a comedy or something? Actually, you know what? Was this supposed to be a comedy? There's parts where it kind of feels like it, but it's like the movie was afraid to commit all the way. Or maybe it was supposed to be a regular horror movie and then partway through they realized people weren't going to take it seriously and they tried to add in more goofy parts? I don't know. I haven't seen a monster movie with a tone this confused since Star Crystal. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised though, considering the cinematographer on this movie also worked on Star Crystal. Here's hoping this one doesn't also end with the monster finding Jesus and becoming a good guy.
But I'm very busy, and my department is very busy. Riesling will escort you out for the last time.
And scene. After that, our heroes come up with a plan to get the monster, which means it's time to take this into full Jaws movie mode. Now they just need to find it.
Since it's never been spotted during the day, I guess it does all its foraging after dark.
Well, that and the suit doesn't look as good in direct sunlight. And if you thought this movie was lightning paced before...
What time is it?
Oh, about 1:30.
Time isn't going by slow, it's stopped.
Slithis. Pulse pounding, waiting on a boat. Action. Alright guys, there's a little over 10 minutes left, so you better find this thing quick. Luckily, they have a two-pronged approach for locating the monster. They have a boat on the water, and one waiting in a nearby parking lot. These two are there to try and trap the monster, but they made one critical mistake. Oh yeah, right, I forgot it can also go on land. Aw, crap, and the car's stuck in cliche, too! I gotta admit, it is pretty funny seeing the monster pound on this car like a toddler throwing a tantrum. And sure, just drive it straight into the water, I'm sure that'll help.
Dr. John! Dr. John!
Damn, Dr. John was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. Alright, that's my last Dr. John reference for this video. Hopefully the boomers watching this enjoyed him. Okay, they still haven't got the monster, but having the engine lose power and sitting dead on the water is sure to work.
Not much happening out here.
Did the monster just bitch slap that guy? God damn, that Slithis hand is strong. And once again, rated PG. Alright, as far as the monster suit goes, for a low-budget movie from the 70s, it's actually not that bad. Who knows, maybe I'm just jaded from all the truly terrible monster suits I've seen on this show, but this one's okay. I'm just saying, I could see this thing on an episode of The Night Stalker back in the 70s. Here's another fun fact about the suit. You may have noticed there's no zippers on it. That's because the actor playing the monster was actually sewn into it and had to stay in costume for the entire day's filming. Okay, again, I know I've been making a lot of jokes, but props to the suit actor there. Man, good thing they shot this at night. The guy in the monster suit probably would have drowned in his own sweat if they filmed this thing in the sun. In any case, Wayne better do something before the monster PGs the captain to death. And do it in slow motion. We gotta make sure this gets to feature length. Also, bullets don't kill it, but it dies after the captain stabs it with an anchor that was apparently dipped in LSD.
Dead now.
Then let's get rid of the nasty son of a bitch. Over the side.
Sure, it's an amazing scientific discovery, but just toss the sucker. I'm tired and I don't feel like carrying it.
We gotta take it back. Proof.
Of what?
Proof of the monster that's been going around killing people. I mean, isn't that the whole reason you came out here? Yeah, whatever, just get rid of it. If anyone asks who murdered your crewmates, just say the Golden State Killer did it. Oh, and get a load of how the movie ends. Sure, why not? Produced on a budget of between $100,000 and $200,000, Slithis was something of a sleeper hit, although exact box office numbers are a little hard to come by. Some sources say it made as much as $11 million, but others say it made just $1.8 million. Either way, though, that was enough for the movie to be profitable, but unfortunately for Steven Traxler, he didn't see any of the money due to a bad distribution deal he signed. Okay, I guess the monster wasn't the only slimy creep he needed to worry about. Traxler would only direct one more movie after this, although he has had a pretty successful career as a production manager. This isn't the worst creature feature I've done on this channel. I mean, it does have a fairly decent monster suit. The problem is there's not enough of it. And it's not because they're hiding it for most of the movie like in Jaws. We see it pretty early on, but then it just disappears for big sections of the movie. Instead, all the setups for what should be cannon fodder victims for it go on way longer than they should. There's parts where you almost forget you're watching a monster movie. It also devotes too much time to Wayne doing his amateur detective work, and the actor playing him is way too bland to carry all these scenes. Still though, there's enough colorful characters and weird parts to make sure you're not completely bored, and as I mentioned, anybody willing to stick it to the MPAA automatically has my respect. Despite getting screwed out of the profits on Slithis, Steven Traxler still wanted to make a sequel, although as of right now, it still hasn't happened yet. Well, you know what? If Manos the Hands of Fate can get a sequel decades later, then I say this one can too. Who knows, maybe one day we'll get Spawn of the Slithis. Well, it's all for now. Until next time.
You cracked your pants?
No, just farted.
You cracked your pants again, you god damn it.